Hello dear students, in this video we are going to see various types of database system architectures in more detail. Already we have seen some database system architectures and introduction of these system architectures. Here we see in detail what are the different database system architectures. So there are different types of database system architectures like centralized and client server systems, server system architectures, parallel systems and distributed system. So these are the types of architectures, or these are the structure in which database system works, or structure in which database system interact with the front end. So first is centralized system. This centralized system run on single computer system and do not interact with other computer system, because we have already seen in the previous videos that centralized system means there is a standalone application, you have only one database and one application, and this application interact with the database system, so that is centralized system. So general purpose computer system, one to few CPUs and a number of device controllers that are connected through a common bus that provide access to shared memory. So that is general purpose computer system. Single user system means, for example, personal computer or workstation. Desktop unit, single user, usually has only one CPU and one or two hard disks, and operating system that may support only one user. Multi-user system. This multi-user system consists of more disks, it has more memory, it has multiple CPUs and a multi-user operating system. This system serves a large number of users who are connected to the system via terminals. These systems are called as server systems. So what is this is the structure of centralized computer system, in which we can see that there is a centralized bus, and this bus is connected to CPU, disk controller, USB controller, graphics adapter and memory also. So here there is a centralized memory, and this memory is shared among different devices or different terminals or different input output devices. Then another system architecture is client server system. This we know that there is a server and different clients can interact with the server, or there are different clients which demands the services from the servers. So server systems satisfy the requests generated at M client system, whose general structure is shown below. That we have a common network, we have only single server, and to that single server different clients are connected, and these clients get the services from this single server, and this communication happens through the network. The database functionality can be divided into backend and front end. You must have developed some projects, and in that project we have front end and back end. So back end generally is the database, and front end is the different tools and software that use to interact with the user. So back end manages the access structure, query evaluation, optimization, concurrency control and recovery, and front end consists of some tools such as forms, report writers, graphical user interface facilities. So that is front end. The interface between the front end and the back end is through SQL or through an application program interface. So we have different APIs. That APIs are used to interact between SQL and different front end. So what are the different front ends? SQL server interface may be there, forms interface may be there, report generation tools are there, data mining and analysis tools are there, and at back end you have SQL engine, and this interaction between front end and back end is through SQL API, that is application program interfaces. In real time scenario or in software industry you have different SQL APIs available. So through those APIs you can interact, or you can communicate, or you can build the connection between front end and back end. The advantage of replacing the mainframe with network or workstations or personal computers connected to back-end server machines are better functionality for the cost, flexibility in locating resources and expanding facilities, better user interface and easier maintenance. So these are some of the advantages that we replace the mainframe computers with the personal computers which can be connected or which are connected to the back-end server machines. Server system architectures. So these in last lecture we have seen that different client server architecture and centralized system architecture. Thanks for listening.